After testing MiniMax-H3 in my last video, I thought it was an amazing model, but compared to LTX 2.3, it was pretty slow.
Excuse me, are you the guy who said MiniMax-H3 was slow in your last video?
Well, compared to LTX, it is.
Then, you clearly haven't tried the new 4-step LoRA.
Wait, a 4-step LoRA? Seriously?
Yep, only 4 sampling steps. And honestly, it's surprisingly good.
A few moments later.
Oh, I've got to get back to my workstation. Thanks! Welcome back to Vantage with AI. In our last video, we talked about MiniMax-H3, and one thing was quite obvious. It was a bit slow compared to LTX. But the community jumped in, and quite a few 4-step LoRAs dropped yesterday. In this video, we'll be showcasing the one released by LightX2V, which Kijai also very quickly converted for use in ComfyUI. Now, this LoRA was trained on the FL2VA model, but after testing it, I found that it also works quite well with Ref2VA. So, until we get a dedicated LoRA trained specifically for Ref2VA, we can use this one with both models. The workflow is quite similar to the one we covered in the last video. The main addition is the LightX2V 4-step LoRA. I've also removed the Easy Cache node, since with only 4 sampling steps, it's no longer necessary. I've also added Soul Attention Patch alongside the Sage Attention Patcher. Enabling these can speed up generation even further. For now, I've kept both disabled by default, prioritizing quality over speed. You can enable them if you want to push the generation speed further. I'll be running the same test we did in the last video and comparing the results to see just how good this 4-step LoRA really is. Let's start with the same text-to-video test we used in the previous video. We'll use the same rooftop cafe scene, with 2 characters having a conversation, multiple camera shots, dialogue, environmental sounds, and background music. This should give us a good baseline for comparing the 4-step LoRA against the original model. Let's generate it and see what we get.
So, are we finally launching tomorrow?
Everything's ready. We've been waiting for this moment. Here's the final presentation. I think everyone's gonna love it.
Then let's make tomorrow unforgettable.
The result is decent overall. It's not really production quality, and you can definitely see a slight drop in fidelity compared to the full model. But considering how fast it is, the trade-off is actually quite reasonable. In just 4 steps, the output is still very usable for quick prototyping, storyboarding, or any scenario where perfect quality isn't critical. Next, let's repeat our image-to-video test. We'll use the same astronaut image from the previous video and give MiniMax-H3 the same basic scenario, so we can see how well the 4-step LoRA handles image conditioning and motion. The prompt will again build the scene around the astronaut with cinematic camera movements, environmental effects, dialogue, and generated audio. Let's run it.
Here. This world is unlike anything we've ever seen.
The result looks quite impressive for just 4 steps. The astronaut and environment remain fairly consistent, and we still get the cinematic movement and synchronized audio we were looking for. For the next test, we'll use both a starting and an ending image, just like we did previously. The 2 images define the beginning and the end of the sequence, while the prompt describes everything that happens between them. This is a good test of how well the distilled model can maintain consistency while transitioning between 2 fixed visual references. Let's generate it and see how closely it connects the 2 frames.
I finally found something I knew you'd love.
I wasn't expecting this. Thank you. Your fresh pastries are ready for pickup.
And finally, we'll repeat our last frame test. We'll use the same astronaut image as the destination frame and let the model generate the entire sequence leading up to it. This should tell us whether the 4-step LoRA can still accurately converge toward a specific reference image while working with such a small number of sampling steps. Let's see how it performs.
Mission log. We've finally reached the frontier.
Expedition Alpha. Your destination is directly ahead.
Before moving on to Ref2VA, let's try the same video chaining experiment from the previous video. We'll use the shared astronaut frame to connect 2 generations together, one clip ending on this image and the next beginning from it.
Mission log. We've finally reached the frontier.
Expedition Alpha. Your destination is directly ahead.
Here. This world is unlike anything we've ever seen.
The FL2VA results look promising, especially considering we're doing all of this in just 4 steps. But there's one more thing I wanted to test. As I mentioned earlier, although this LoRA was trained for FL2VA, it also works with Ref2VA. So let's see if we can use the same 4-step LoRA for the more advanced reference-based workflow, including the multi-character identity and voice capabilities we looked at in the previous video. Let's start with the simplest Ref2VA test. We'll use the same setup from the previous video, with 1 image defining the scene and 2 additional images defining the characters. The goal here is to see how well the 4-step LoRA handles multi-character identity consistency while generating the scene and audio. Remember, this LoRA was trained for FL2VA, so I'm particularly interested in seeing how well it transfers to Ref2VA. Let's generate it.
Vegas, how do you earn?
The characters remain quite consistent, and we're still getting the natural interaction and generated audio we expect from Ref2VA. One interesting thing here is the audio. Since we didn't provide any dialogue or script, it actually invented some speech in a language that, at least to me, isn't understandable. Now let's make things a little more challenging. This time, we'll use the same 3 reference images, but we'll also provide a reference video to add to the scene.
Race you there! Ready to watch our favorite movie? Come on, Fox! Let's find the rainbow treasure! Race you there!
And that's looking really good. The reference video has been integrated into the scene quite naturally, along with its motion and audio characteristics. And finally, let's repeat our lip sync test. I'll use this image as the background scene, this image as the character reference, and a pre-recorded dialogue track for the audio. This time, the goal is to see whether the 4-step LoRA can maintain the character identity and produce accurate lip sync while using Ref2VA. Let's run it. That came out pretty well too. The lip sync is quite convincing, and the character identity is maintained throughout the clip. And once again, all of this was generated in just 4 sampling steps. So, even though this LoRA was trained specifically for FL2VA, it seems to transfer surprisingly well to Ref2VA. It's obviously not a guarantee that a dedicated Ref2VA LoRA wouldn't perform better, and LightX2V may release one in the future. But until then, having a single 4-step LoRA that works reasonably well with both models is definitely useful. You'll find the workflow links in the description. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.